What's up, everybody? Welcome to Average Joe Sports Talk. This is going to be our weekly high school review. Last week we had some good things happen in the area, some very bad things happen in the area. We're going to dive right into every one of them right now. Kind of leading off, I want to go straight into the Gaza City Oxford game. Reggie, that was didn't go the way we wanted it to go.
No.
But you were there. You seen what happened firsthand. Oxford's very talented. As I said before, probably one of the best 1-2 combination coordinators in the state. They also have a couple of Division I guys. Which website you're looking at? The number one guy in state as far as a recruit goes. Tell us a little bit what happened in that game with Gaza City.
First half was really a defensive battle. Both teams, had a hard time moving the ball. Oxford did get a couple of scores in the first half, and I really thought, I was like, okay, if we can come out in the second half like we did against Etowah, I think we'll be okay. But Oxford, I think their talent just showed up in the second half, and we couldn't recover. Like I said, they got the number one recruit in the state. Lined up at center. Really, I wasn't too impressed. I'm not seeing the hype from that. Honestly, I really forgot he was on the field. I didn't really see anything special, but overall, Oxford's got a lot of talent. And they're huge. They have a definite size advantage over Gaza City, and which I think most teams do this year. But it just things didn't go our way this week.
Man, I noticed that the score is 35-6. Is that correct?
Yeah, 35-6. Yeah.
Man, Gaza City, I know that they're going to be better than that, man. They're going to be going.
They're definitely a playoff team. I think regional play starts this week, and we got Spartan coming up this week, and I think they're going to get on track because I did see a lot of positives this week. The penalties were cut down.
That's good.
That's huge. I think I know in the first half I think they had like one penalty the whole entire first half, and so I mean that was a big plus. So it's coming together. Like the coach told me before the season started, he said that it's going to take a few games for them to really get rolling, and and it's coming.
That's good, man.
Yeah, they're definitely a playoff team.
That's good. Let's talk a little bit about Etowah Woods. Huge shutout at Jim Glover Field, 19-0. A lot of people were out for blood, wanting Etowah to come out and just blow this Moody team out. And Moody was senior laden, though. They had tons of seniors. It's very hard to get up and jump out on a team like that and put them down. But Etowah did a good job and pitched a shutout. I know you want to talk a little bit about that.
Yes, they did. They played outstanding defense. I honestly thought maybe the offense came out a little like trying to prove a point. Probably ran the ball first 10 or 12 plays of the game. And actually went down the field the first drive, made it to about the 30-yard line, I guess, and ran the quarterback's sneak and on third or fourth down and fumbled the ball. I actually got the first down and fumbled the ball. And Moody never – I think they drove to about our 40 that next series, but after that it was just they never sniffed the 50-yard line for most of the night. And even though it took Etowah till about a little past midway in the second quarter to score when Emil Smith took a punt to the house, 49 yards, it never felt like Etowah was in danger of losing this game. It always felt, the way the game was going, it just felt like, okay, we're the better team. But Moody was definitely, like you said, senior laden. You could tell because they were in the right spots. They didn't overwhelm you athletically, but they were always there. Trent Davis he ran the ball really hard, and he wound up with his yardage, but he just it was tough sledding for him, I guess. Moody was gap sound. They did what they were supposed to do. Troop, to me, and in my opinion, he found it hard to get in a groove. When you hand the ball off 10 or 12 times in a row, it's hard as a passing quarterback to really get in a groove. But DeRicky came in after the punt return right before the half, and DeRicky gave him a little spark, had a couple scramble plays, get him down the field. Wound up hitting Justin Harrison in the corner end zone for an 8-yard touchdown pass. Just gave them the spark they needed, and it wound up being 12-0 at halftime. And at that point, it's 12-0, and anything can happen. But you you just really never got the feeling that Moody was going to be able to put anything together. Midway through the fourth quarter, maybe 9 minutes left in the game, Moody, Etowah snaps the ball over punter's head, gets it down to the 5-yard line for Moody. So it's 1st and goal from the 5, and the defense it was insane to watch that group because they gave up no yards in 4 plays. So Etowah took the ball back over. And honestly, no one in that stadium maybe even thought that Moody was going to punch it in at that point because Etowah was their defense was so strong. Don't know the total yardage. I'd be surprised if Moody had over 125, 150 yards total offense.
That's amazing.
And they could throw the ball some. I mean, they had a quarterback that dropped back, and they had maybe 2 or 3 plays they run out of that one formation and just never really got anything going. They couldn't. Etowah's defense last week we heard Carter Dingler's name yelled. I mean, by the save announcer probably 20 times.
Yeah.
You might have heard his name once or twice this game, and it's not that he wasn't everywhere because he was still where he was supposed to be, but the linemen were making plays at the line of scrimmage or even beyond every single play. I mean, that defense is well coached. They are gap sound. They don't lose focus. You don't see a guy out of position, and if you do, then you see his teammates kind of telling him in between plays, "Hey, make sure you're here where you're supposed to be." So it's you don't have that one leader on team. You have like 11 leaders on the defensive side of the ball, and even 12 or 13 when they get into their rotation. Emil Smith he's a special player. I know he was a little bit quiet against Gaza City last week, but he wound up with a touchdown catch late in the game also.
Dude, I thought it's huge not to have a letdown after such a big win.
Yeah.
How many times in college have you seen that?
Yeah.
You'll see a team go beat a number 1 team or top 5 team, major, huge win, and then they'll come back and play an Appalachian State or somebody at home and get beat.
Right.
Well, it happened last year for Etowah against Madison County in the second game. They wound up getting beat to a Madison County team that wound up
I think
4-6 or something.
Yeah.
So it was good to see them come out, pitch the shutout, get a 19-0 win. Whether people are happy or not, they should be. We're 2-0 with a shutout under our belts, and we beat a great Gaza City team. So now we're moving on to Crossville, and they're not very good. Collinsville beat them pretty good. And I think Collinsville's 2 or 3A.
They're 2A, maybe 1A possibly.
Yeah, they beat Crossville pretty good. So we go up Crossville this weekend and hopefully get a chance to go 3-0, and that's what it's all about: being 2-0 with a chance to go 3-0.
Another game we want to touch on, Reggie. I'm gonna let you touch a little bit on talk about Southside and Hopes Bluff. I think both of you guys were able to go to that game. I had something come up last minute. That I know Dax isn't here, usually is. Yeah. Tell us a little bit about what you've seen in that game.
To me, first half, Southside moved the ball pretty well. They moved it a lot better than they did against Lincoln. Obviously, they had Bothwell back. That was a big difference. But they had a number 30. I'm guessing he was their fullback, maybe. He moved the ball pretty well too. But what I didn't understand was Bothwell's getting 5-10 yards every time he touched the ball. Just keep feeding the bees. Southside had the numbers over Hopes Bluff. Again, they could have used that to their advantage, and they didn't do that. But Hopes Bluff is a well-coached team, very disciplined. I mean, you can see it. You can see it from the stands. Like, they are very well-coached, very disciplined. At halftime, you had a group of guys run to the locker room. Coaches called them back. No, we're going in the locker room as a team. And they all, they're that disciplined, And I was wanting to give Hopes Bluff a shout-out because, that's a great team.
Darian Meads, as advertised.
Yes.
Reggie didn't even hesitate on that. Yeah, he's doing good.
And their quarterback, he filled the shoes of Landon Johnson. He's good.
You're right. And again, you guys, I know numbers. I know their numbers. I don't know a lot of their names. You can help me out with them, but apparently 6, he's good. That kid can. He runs. It's special because we've had some special running backs come through Etowah over the last 15, 20 years, and he fits the mold. He hits the hole, and he hits it hard, and you think, well, you got 3 or 4 yards, and all of a sudden he's still churning and busting loose. The quarterback I felt like he really commanded the offense really well. He didn't make bad reads.
Because they lost a ton. That quarterback they had last couple of years has been outstanding.
And this kid stepped up. I can't. You said his name, I think. But
I can't remember.
Yeah, but he's got a cannon too. Now I'm gonna tell you something. I don't know who number 10 is for Hopes Bluff.
That guy,
he's crazy good.
Yeah,
Bro.
he is.
He's one ran back the punt also, right?
Yeah.
Ran back the punt. Very athletic kid, big kid too. I don't know his name. I apologize to him and his parents, but he is outstanding. He actually had a couple touchdown catches too.
Yeah, he did. He did. I think he had one right before the half.
Yes, and he is wow. He's big, and their offensive line is big. They're a big team.
They're huge.
I look out there.
4A school, they're huge.
I look out there, and of course, I compare everyone. How would Etowah do against this team? And I think at the end of the day, Etowah is just I think they'll out athlete people, and their defense is just. But Hoke's Bluff was impressive. I mean, I was really, and I'm like you. Southside had a good thing, and Southside's quarterback can sling the ball, so I can see why they would want to try to sling the ball around a little bit. But give the ball to Cat. I mean, he's your man. Give him. And again, that's nothing against Southside coaches. They obviously had a game plan, and they went after it, and they played good in the first half. Had a chance. Had a touchdown called back.
Yeah, they did.
That would have put them It would have made it a little bit more of a ball game, but it got called back for a penalty. I think it may have been holding. I can't remember what the penalty was, but they held their own. But Hoax Bluff's a special team, and I can see why they're ranked 2 and 4.
Number 2, yeah.
Yeah, I see why. I mean, they're an outstanding team.
Yeah.
One other game we're going to touch on I got to go to was Hoover and St. John's out of D.C. They're actually called St. John's College High School out of Washington, D.C., which is kind of funny because, let me tell you, they look like a college team. I went to the IMG game last year and watched IMG and Hoover, and as that game rolled on, IMG jumped out on 23-0, and as the game rolled on, they had no answer for George Pickens. He ended up with 200 yards receiving, and they were doubling him. They was trying to zone him up and shadow him with a safety over the top. Nothing worked. This game right here wasn't the case. Had a lightning delay, so they moved it to 9 o'clock in the morning. Hoover was down 7-0 off a bad interception thrown by Robbie Alford. Hoover was about to score, and they ran it back 65 yards, and they tackled him inside the 5. They eventually scored. Then the lightning came, so they moved it to 9 a.m. the next morning. So I went down there thinking, okay, Hoover's got the ball. We're about to go down the field, move the ball and score. And they went straight down the field, and then we threw another interception that killed that drive. St. John's went straight back down the field and scored. St. John's across the front is 6'5", 350 average.
Oh, wow.
They had a tight end that was 6'8" and weighed 290. So Hoover, I've never seen Hoover outmanned. They were outmanned, outgunned. It didn't matter. Robbie Alford got shaken a little bit. Larry McCammon had a lot of yards, but again, they'd stiffen up when they get inside the 20. Pickens had 2 or 3 amazing catches, but it was just double, triple teamed all night. And then when Robbie got shook, Hoover was out of it, and the end result was a Hoover getting beat 42-14.
Wow.
Could you imagine? Hoover High School getting beat 42-14 by a team that just beat Penson to death the week before.
Kudos to them for playing teams like that.
Oh yeah, and it don't get any easier because now you got Thompson rolling in, who just beat Foley 49-0.
Yeah.
His brother had five touchdowns, I think, something like that. Yeah. So it don't get any easier. I mean, you can imagine opening up with St. John's. You open up with Pinson Valley, 6A, 16-0 champion, St. John's, and then you turn around and play Thompson. Yeah, and they got IMG at the end of the year.
At the end of the year, that's a tough schedule.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. That being said, this is going to be our high school review of the week. Look forward to Wednesday. We'll be filming again to do a preview for next week. This is Average Joe Sports Talk. Please hit the subscribe button. Hit the bell beside it to get all new notifications when we drop videos. Thank you.